I'm your host of the Most Welcome 23. You're joining me for Elementalists Chapter 1. Now playing as someone not quite yourself. The wind whips across your face as you race through the barren trees, trying to put some distance between you and the creature chasing you. The force of the monster's roar shakes the ground beneath your feet. You trip at the edge of a pool of black water, catching a glimpse of your scratched and muddy face in the process. Come on, get up, keep moving. You dig your fingertips into the black soil, pushing yourself towards the mirror you've been desperately seeking. Just a little further. Suddenly, the beast crashes through the trees just behind you. You're all on your back as the creature thunders towards your prone body. Out of options, you throw your hands up and a searing energy pulses through your fingertips. Yagung Trabin. English for blazing light, I don't know. Now playing as Ezekiel. You bolt upright in your bed, clutching your chest. That felt so real. Your phone buzzes aggressively on the nightstand, and you look over to see that it's almost 10. Your alarm has been going off for almost 2 hours. Crap, I'm gonna be late for that meeting with my advisor. Scramble out of bed and dash to your closet to throw something on. Nope. But I will go with that. Once you're dressed, you bolt out the door, not noticing someone watching you from inside the mirror. You run into your advisor's office without a moment to spare and drop into the chair across from her desk. Sorry, I overslept. You're not late, so that's quite alright, Mr. She rifles through some papers on her desk. Just Ezekiel, it's fine. Ezekiel, right. Forgive me, I'm used to dealing with more troubled students. She finds the right file and slides behind her desk as she scans the pages. She frowns. By all accounts, you're a perfect student. It's only a couple of weeks into the quarter, but your grades and attendance are all excellent. So I've got to ask, Ezekiel, why are you here? It's hard to describe. I know I should be happy, but I'm just not. I try so hard, but no matter what I do, it all just feels like I'm sitting in a waiting room or something, and no one ever calls my name. And what exactly are you looking for? Or waiting for? I guess I'm looking for a magical world, a place for adventure, to meet a fantasy creature. For a life of adventure. What? A life exploring new worlds, collecting ancient artifacts, glowing with mysterious powers. That's not too much to ask, is it? Those are certainly some original aspirations, but I can't help you live in a fantasy world, Ezekiel. Yeah, I know. I'm only joking. I just wish I knew what I was looking for. Whatever it is, it's not this. I know you're at a crossroads right now, and one of the directions you could go would mean dropping out of Heartfell. It crossed my mind. Please don't do it. When this phase you're in ends, you don't want to discover that you've given up your chance to get a degree, do you? But what if you're wrong? What if it's not a phase? I tell you what, why don't you go home and think about it? Will you do that for me? Sure, I guess I can do that. Wow, what a helpful advisor. Later you stand in the bathroom of your suite. Look at yourself squarely in the mirror in front of yourself. I know you belong somewhere. I know there's more to you than this. Suddenly the lights in the room flicker. What the hell? Something catches your attention out of the corner of your eye, a glint of a bathroom mirror. Huh? Why do I look like this? What the hell? That's not look like my face, but you raise a hand to your face, but when the reflection doesn't move, you freeze. The mirror itself is a little odd, almost shimmery. Am I dreaming again? You reach a shaky hand towards the mirror, and when your fingers touch the surface, they press into the glass. Whoa! You try to pull back, but your hand doesn't come free. Your palm starts to sink into the glass, then your forearm, and before you know it... Wait, what? Your whole body is sucked through. Rushing water yanks you to the forward, forcing you to squeeze your eyes shut against the current. Just as you feel your lungs starting to strain, a splash comes from your right. A pair of arms wrap around your middle and pull you into the water's surface. You feel yourself being dragged onto dry land and sputter as you wipe the water from your eyes. You try to get your bearings, taking a moment to gape at your surroundings. What? Where?
Welcome to Pendergast, Mr. Hogwarts. I mean...
The Elementalists. Rawr. Open enrollment. In front of you is a picturesque collection of cozy-looking buildings with steepled roofs, a manicured lawn, and a statuesque statue up front. But as you gawk, the carved marble figure keeps moving around, and overhead people fly around on a variety of objects, including an ottoman, a broom, and an ornament rug. This isn't real, right? Where? Hey, you're okay. I got you. You're a new student here, right? I am a student. Great. You missed the Hall of Mirrors by a mile, but you made it. Welcome to Pendarghast College of Elemental Magics. Since it's your first day of the new semester, we should probably get you to the dining hall for orientation. If you're feeling okay, that is. As you turn to try and get your bearings, you see a tall, haughty guy eyeing you disdainfully from nearby. I suppose I should have listened to my dad when he said the admission standards are on decline here. Didn't you read the information packet? There are arrival protocols, you know. Who are you? Campus police? Why don't you take him to the orientation then and make yourself useful? Absolutely not. I'm Beckett Harrington. I don't have time to show the other freshmen around campus. His lips curl into a sneer as he says this. He gives you one last withering look before he turns and stalks away. I guess it's just you and me, then. I'm Griffin. He smiles at you warmly and offers you his hand. You shake it, your fingers trembling from shock and the water cooling on your skin. I'm Ezekiel, and also I'm very confused. Here, Ezekiel, let me help you. You feel a change in the air around you as he brings his clasped fists up to his mouth and blows through them. Suddenly, hey, I'm completely dry. There you go, good as new. You might still want to change at some point. It tends to get chilly in the evenings. You've unlocked the closet, good for you. Griffin turns the air current on himself, shaking the water off his shoes as he dries them. Sorry if the work was a little shoddy. Air magic isn't the most natural to us earth-ats, but Professor England says I'm getting it. Come on, I'll take you up to the school orientation. He turns and starts to walk towards the front of the school, and you stumble after him. Okay, wait, so you're saying magic is real? Like, really real? For real? Either that, or we're all trapped in the same fever dream. You pass the large statue in the center of the campus, and it swivels its head to look at you. Oh, that's just a security system set to vaporize any attuneless intruders, but there hasn't been one on campus in, well, I don't even know. Oh, God, I would really love not to be vaporized. You keep an eye on the statue, but soon it looks away. You let out a relieved sigh. When you turn back, you've reached the massive double doors at the front of the school. Welcome to Pendergast. If you follow me this way, I'll show you to the... Griffin starts towards the staircase, but the loud chiming of a bell stops him. He looks at his watch with a start. Oh crap, I totally forgot about this thief team meeting I'm supposed to go to. Wait, you can't leave me. Of course not. I'll drop you off at the dining hall. We're just gonna have to speed this tour up is all. You follow him up the stairs, which lead into an adjoining hallway. The dining hall's here at the end of the hall, and to the left, this is the school's main building. So there's a ton of offices and stuff in there. Reception, dean's office, classrooms. Some of the attunement placement exams are held here too. Attunement placement? I think it's kind of silly too. I knew Earth was my thing when I caused a tiny earthquake throwing a tantrum over dessert when I was 5. Right. Totally. As you pass one of the doors off the hall, you hear a small commotion coming from inside. Oh, hell! Griffin? What's this room? That's the Hall of Mirrors, where you're supposed to come through. The first thing you see when you open the door is a beautiful girl with long, dark hair, trying desperately to pull her foot out of a floor-length mirror. Oh, thank goodness. Some assistance? Silvos Plat? Yeah, French. You and Griffin rush over, each take one of her hands and tug until she comes free. She stumbles right into your arms and blows her bangs out of her face with a smile. Oh, oops. Shreya Mystery, in your arms and at your service. Good catch, by the way. Thanks. You're gorgeous. Shreya straightens up and smooths out her hair. Ah, thank you for noticing. Aren't you sweet? You're not too bad yourself. This must be my reward for braving those heinous mirrors. I much prefer air travel, if I'm being honest. At least, I made it. I was about 5 minutes away from starting my freshman year a month late. Oh, why a month? That's when the first visitor's day is. When the wards reopen, of course. Yes, Pendergast is stuck with me now. Well, welcome. I'm Griffin, this is Ezekiel. He's a freshman too, and I was just showing him the dining hall if you want to come with. No need. I know where it is. I'm a legacy student. He struts out of the mirror, or hall of mirrors. A short while later, Griffin stops in front of a pair of ornate doors. Well, that ends the Griffin tour. Sorry, it was kind of rushed. I've got to go, but good luck with the rest of orientation. Actually, if you could just... He's already bounding away down the hall. You turn towards the giant double doors and steel yourself before you push them open. Slip into the hall. You're momentarily overwhelmed by the high ceilings, stained glass windows, and the countless dining tables. A handful of heads swivel in your direction, though the dean continues to drone on up front. Hey, over here! A guy with a megawatt smile waves you over to a nearby table, and you hurriedly slide into a seat next to him. Hey, you're late. I'm Zephyr. You can call me Zeph if you want. I'm Ezekiel. No cool nickname. I'm just Ezekiel. So, Ezekiel, what's your attunement? I am waiting until tomorrow to find out for sure. I don't want to jinx it. Opens his mouth to respond, but is cut off by the dean, loudly clearing her throat. In conclusion, I'd like to remind you all that this is an institution of higher learning, not a playground for children. Put in the work or go home. Around you, students start to rise to their feet and shuffle towards the doors. The dean walks briskly off the stage. She's just so full to the brim with the warm fuzzies, isn't she? Wait, it's over? I missed the whole thing? Don't worry, Dean. Joffrey's speeches are notoriously dry. Besides, I'm an expert in listening and speaking at the same time. The gist is the freshmen will line up at 7 a.m. in the foyer tomorrow to get assigned one of the staff as their examiner for the placement test. Points over the stage where a hairy, kind-faced man with horns is seated behind a table with a few other teachers. As he stands, you see that the bottom half of his torso ends in thick, furry haunches and hooves. It's gonna crash, isn't it? It's gonna crash. I'm gonna call it right now. And it fucking crashed. Yes, I got it to work. Holy crap, he's super tall, I know. I asked him already, and the answer is a little over 7 feet. Theft sounds up as well, and you follow him to join the queue of students exiting the hall. Classes will start after all the freshmen have been placed, and your schedule will be given to you as well. So, what do we do now? Basically, the rest of the day is free. My roommate and I have a fun evening of bonding and playing out house rules ahead of us. Well, the crowd of freshmen out onto the grounds and immediately lose track of Zeph. Now what? Hey, Ezekiel! You turn around towards the voice and see Griffin coming towards you from the direction of the bridge. You survived orientation. How was it? As boring as last year's? No, it was really interesting, actually. Well, not the actual speech, I missed most of it. But I saw a satyr, I think, and I'm pretty sure I made a new friend. It's all so much considering where I was this morning. In the whirlwind of the day, you had briefly forgotten about your situation. It all comes flooding back. I can't believe how far away from home I am. I felt out of place at Hartfeld, but now... Are you okay? Realize that you've gone completely rigid, your body tense, you force a laugh and will yourself to relax. Just, first day jitters, I guess. It's all just a bit overwhelming. It gives you a friendly pat on the shoulder and a reassuring smile. Hey, it's gonna be okay. If it makes you feel any better, you're really bright. Bright? What do you mean by that? I mean your spirit, aura, or whatever you want to call it. Your energy is intense. I felt it as soon as I dove into the lake to get you. He laughs again, unfazed. It gets better, you know. My first day here was awful. I didn't really know anyone at first, but I figured that, thanks to my thief scholarship, I'd at least have my teammates. But, well, next thing I know, I'm running naked across the lawn chasing my clothes, my Captain Magick to life while I was in the showers. No. My point is that day sucked, and, well, there isn't a single moment since that, I regret coming here. Yeah, maybe it's not the worst thing that there is, where I ended up. The one thing I've learned in my time here is that if something happens to you, good or bad, it happened for a reason. I think you're meant to be here. Pauses thoughtfully, a sly grin spreading across his face. I've got an idea. I could really use your help with something if you're up for it. If anything, it might make a good distraction. Yeah, and what could you possibly need my help for? There's this thing I lost last year. I might have missed it while I was packing up my dorm room, but I'm pretty sure I know where it is now. Still, it's gonna be hard to spot, and an extra set of eyes would be fantastic. You wanna help me try and find it? Premium choices can offer unique opportunities. They all can also unlock spells, potions, ingredients, mystery clues, and more. Oh boy, we'll get to learn a spell? I wish I could, but I was just on my way to the dorms, I guess, and you turn around and realize that the large crowd of freshmen you had been following, gone. And now I have no idea where they are. Don't sweat it. Griffin Langley, tour guide extraordinaire at your service. The freshman dorms are right this way. But he'll help us for no cost at all. Good job, Pixelbear. You follow Griffin over to the building near the bridge, where he leads you at the door. To enter, you make out a plaque that reads, Bletchley Resident Halls. As soon as you enter the nearly empty dorm lobby, an upperclassman with a clipboard waves you over. Welcome to Pendergast. How can I assist you? Need help finding your room? It's the girl that disappeared and it lives beneath. The RA cocks her head to the side. You can just tell me your last name and I'll point you to the right direction. I should tell her the truth. Ezekiel Russell? Nah. Go with Winchester. Why, it's a good name. Give her your last name and your stomach rolls as her eyes skim the clipboard. Wait a minute. Fences you and then back at the page. Okay, I have to confess, I'm not actually it. Flips the page over. Oh, here we go. Ezekiel Winchester, first floor, room 108. Your roomie has been, checked in since this morning. You hurry down the hall, simultaneously relieved and even more confused than you were before. If this is all some mistake, how is my name on the list? Behind the doors down the hall, you can hear music, people laughing, and even an occasional roar. Finally, you find number 108. See that there's no doorknob. Come on, does this place come with an instruction manual? Put your hand out and lean against the door, taking a moment to center yourself. And your hand slips right through. Ah! You feel a chill go through you as you fall through the transparent blue wall and onto the floor. As soon as you're in, the door reforms.
It's you again. Well, aren't I the lucky girl?
Oh. Right, from earlier. I kind of, lost you in the dining hall.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had friends waiting, and, well, you know how that goes. I'm so pleased. I'll be a perfect roommate. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I assure you, it's only partially true.
When she pauses for hair, or maybe dramatic effect, you take a good look at your surroundings. I like the fire. Also like the vase of flowers. Everything else is cozy, and holy shit, why is there 5 doorknobs?
I was hoping my roommate would have a bit more punch in the style department, but being as trendy as me isn't easy.
I thought the door had no knobs.
Well, say something.
I think you should, or even cuter than before.
Oh, I like you already.
Quickly distract her with her feminine, or smile. I think I'm gonna like you too. If you don't mind, I had the whole first day thing, and I could really use a second to relax. You plop down on a nearby couch, sinking into the soft cushions. Tria perches on the chair across from you. You sigh. You said before that whatever I've heard about you is only partially true? Tria rolls her eyes.
I know you're thinking about me and Fifi's tiffs at Mysteries Inc. annual charity fashion show.
Fifi? Her Inc. charity show?
You know, the one with the lava rock runway. It was all over the news a month ago. Not to brag.
I get the feeling that if I tell you that I have no idea who you are, it's gonna be a whole thing. Tria is absolutely still for a moment, before she finally smiles, though it looks almost painful.
Not at all. My family is only the #1 purveyor of enchanted objects worldwide. But why would you know that, besides? This is the whole point. To come to college, have no experiences, fly under the radar. Become the person I want to be, you know?
Tria, I know exactly how you feel. Honestly, that's the same thing I was hoping to get out of my college experience. Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you try, nothing fits? Like the things that you think are going to make you happy never do?
Absolutely. It's how I felt all the time. Until I arrived here, that is.
This morning I was at college. I used to think was finally going to be my place in the world, but it very quickly became clear that it wasn't. And then I got here. And yeah, it's a little weird and a little hard to believe, but for the first time, something finally feels right. And now it's all gonna be taken away.
Taken away? I don't understand. Why would...
Your voice trembles as you finally tell her the truth, revealing your secret and you've been keeping in since your arrival. I don't do magic.
What?
You lower your voice to barely more than a whisper. I was in my dorm bathroom at Hartfeld. There was something weird in the mirror, and when I touched it, I just... Throw your hands up, unable to explain, not even knowing what happened to yourself. And I don't know what to do now. I'm afraid of what will happen if I tell someone, but I know I can't leave. You watch Tria guiltily as she stares at you wide-eyed. You're not gonna, like, erase my memory, or melt my brains, or...
I'll help you.
Will? Thank you so much. I mean, seriously, I thought the first person I told would, I don't know, light me on fire? Can you guys do that?
Well, I certainly can, being a fire at and all, but I won't. One of the reasons I came to college was to meet all kinds of different people, and you, Ezekiel, are quite an interesting kind of person. But have you considered that there may be magic in you? Have you tried any?
Well, there was this thing with the door.
No, the doors are enchanted to accept tenant's genetic code. That wouldn't count.
Rhea taps her fingers on the coffee table, her eyes roving the room. When they stop, she grins and hops out of the chair. Yeah, but how did they get my genetic code?
I've got it. Come on, let's go before the shop closes.
Wait. Where are we going? I thought we wouldn't, well, couldn't leave campus. Follow Shreya across the room and find yourself facing a door with a variety of doorknobs and different shapes and sizes screwed onto it.
There are a few pre-selected places we're allowed to go, like Penn Square, for example.
You notice that each knob has a neatly inscribed label above it. Ezekiel's room, Shreya's room, Penn Square. Wait, are you saying my room is in there?
Sure, so is mine, and Penn Square, and the lake, and that one opens up in a tree, though. It'd be quite unpleasant if you run into Brookspire.
Shreya explains the labels carefully until finally she finds the knob labeled Penn Square. Turns it, pushes the door open. Okay, I'm intrigued. Why does this place look familiar? Like it's been reskinned from It Lives Beneath, and it lives in the... Just no, let's move on. Whoa!
Charming, right?
In the afternoon sun, the square is bustling with activity. You see a stately woman with deep blue skin and tusks dragging a kicking toddler with impish horns past a magical toy store. Beyond that, a pair of men with pointed elfish ears and webbed hands made over a beaded bracelet that stole marked arms. Is that a vendor selling heads? Your gesture in a nearby stall where a handful of shriveled human heads hang from the eaves. Shreya grabs your arm and starts leading you away hurriedly.
Yes, but you'll want to stay away from those unless you want to end up with a nasty curse. Come on, no time to waste. We need to get you something to help with that whole no magic thing.
And how exactly are we supposed to fix that? We're gonna take you shopping. Stops abruptly in front of a shop labeled Mason DU. Sign in the window describes it as your one-stop shop for one-stop shopping.
Let's get inside it and see if they have what we're looking for.
Inside, every square inch of the shop is packed with clothes, knickknacks, and all manner of glowing, spinning, and rattling mystical objects. How are we even supposed to find anything in here? That's where I come in. Oh, just a second, please. Rustling from the pile of lamps on your left makes you jump. A mountain of rustled candelabras avalanches off to a high shelf, heading straight towards you. Ah! You duck, bracing for impact, but it never comes. See, this is why we need to know, like, at least a male or female voice. At least to give me a clue.
Sorry about that. I was organizing some of the Flogheart's droppings we store under this armoire.
You take a hesitant peek up and see that the candelabras have stopped midair and are hovering just over your head. The girl in front of you flicks a vine-wrapped hand, and the candelabras restack themselves on the shelf.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to surprise you.
You stare at her wide-eyed, and she gives you a knowing smile.
First time meeting a wood nymph. I'm Aster. I run the shop.
She holds out her hand, and when you shake it, you're shocked at how her skin feels both like polished wood and flesh all at once. I'm Ezekiel. Yeah, I would go with your enchanting, but you're beautiful.
That's quite sweet of you to say. Though beauty, nothing but a mere construct. I guess the same thing could be said of us. We, too, were nothing but shameless atoms once.
Ah, woman after science. She pauses thoughtfully, looking off in the distance. Her eyes grow dark and clouded. After a while, it seems obvious that she's checked out completely.
Interesting.
Okay, alright, aliens. Aster's eyes lighten and refocus on Shreya as she shakes her head clear.
Oh, it's you again. I was hoping you'd be back. I'd assume so. I spent a minor fortune the last time I was here. Listen, love, do you have any marbles? My friend here is worried about the first day of classes and wants a boost.
Yeah. Marbles. Anything would help. Aster looks at you, her eyes shining brightly.
So, you're a Pendergast student too. You both are so lucky.
He skips off towards the counter and disappears behind it.
I've been begging Papa to let me go, but he's still a bit bitter about all the wand business.
Esther pops up from behind the counter, coughing and covered in dust. She slams a polished wood box down on the counter with Mystery Miracle Marbles written in gold and Rickle handwriting on the lid. She gives Shri a look before gingerly lifting the edges of the box, revealing 4 multicolored orbs within. I'm guessing fire, water, earth, and air. Wow, cool. What are these? Shri plucks a clear orb from the box. A weak white smoke begins to curl inside the glass. Huh.
One of Mystery Inc.'s bestsellers. Each of these orbs contains enough magic to perform 1 spell per element. They may be small, but they pack quite a punch, like one very beautiful, very down-to-earth heiress we all know and love.
With a smile, she places the white orb in your palm, folding your fingers over it.
And this little guy is all yours.
But why would magic people need something like this?
You can use it instantly, instead of taking the time to build a spell. And it won't use up any of your own magic, so you can cast again immediately. They're the very best on the market. Of course, they'll only work for the elements which they correspond.
You look a little closer at the contents of the box and see a variety of colors, tendrils, smoke, blue, green, red. How do you even use it?
Ah. Aster, do you have any singles?
Aster rummages through a drawer before handing Shria a dusty blue orb.
It'll cost you. And I must insist that you go outside to...
Shria rolls the marble between her thumb and forefinger, raising it up towards the ceiling, and a rain cloud appears overhead as the blue smoke dissipates from the marble and begins to pour.
See? Easy. You attune, never listen.
The leaves in Astra's hair rustle as she glowers at Shria, flicks a finger, and a strong blast of wind blows the cloud and rain away, leaving you completely dry.
Oh, don't be such a tenacious toad, Astra. What do you think, Ezekiel? Well, these will surely come in handy.
These special one-time use orbs will help you stay at Pendergast and still unlock special scenes and options throughout the book. So we can get 1 for 12, buy all for 36, or I'll be careful with this one. Thanks, Shria. If 1 isn't enough, then there's really no helping it. Aster turns to Shria expectantly. Shria hands over a shiny violet coin, and Aster's eyes go wide.
I assume this is acceptable. Absolutely.
After saying goodbye to Aster, you and Shria head back through the portal to your dorm.
So now that you've got a bit of magic to take in a battle, do you think you're ready to face tomorrow?
Wait, what battle? Honestly, I don't see how it'll matter after the attunement placement thing. Seriously, Shria, what am I gonna do? Puts a tentative hand on your shoulder.
You're going to get through this because I'm going to help you, and I'm just too fabulous to fail.
You're unable to hold your laugh in, and soon Shria's laughing too. Over her shoulder, something catches your eye, and in the mirror across the room, you see a smudge, or maybe a shadow. Shria, do you see that?
Hmm?
You look around, trying to find the source of the reflection as you step closer to the mirror. The shadow pulses, grows, and tilts your head even closer. Wait, it's only then that you realize the shadow is on your side of the glass. Shadow monster.
Ezekiel!
The shadowy creature turns a violet shade of red, and opening appears below its 2 hollow eyes as it lets out an angry hiss. It launches itself at you, sending you reeling. Ah! You trip over your own feet, falling backwards as the shadow springs. Dodge it, punch it, block it, dodge it. Roll out of the way, throwing up a hand to keep it off of you. Ah! And a bright beam, golden as the sun, shoots from your palm, blasting it right through the middle of the creature. How? Even though the light has faded, your palm still glows warmly. The shadow creature has been reduced to nothing. You can feel the energy humming inside of you, and instantly you know it's been there all along. Somewhere under the surface. Somewhere secret. The hell was that?
I don't know, but it looks like there may be hope for you yet.
Okay. Unlike Pixelberry, there's no hope for them. So, yeah, I was having problems with Elementalist. I still am. But I was able to bypass them. So if you guys have, if you guys use emulators, try and load your account on a mobile device, even if you have to just borrow it for a moment. Log into whatever you've saved it, preferably Facebook or whatever you use to save your cloud bullshit, which I believe is Facebook by default, and try using it on a mobile device. Get past the setter, just one little tap. If it works, cool. Then go ahead and exit out of choices, and then go back to whatever you were using your main account on. And you should choose to load the server settings, and it should allow you to play the Elementalist. If not, then unfortunately you may have to wait for Pixelberry. However, you may want to try it at least once more time, because I had to do it. I was able to load it on my mobile device, on my tablet, after trying on not just 2 different emulators, aside from BlueStacks. None of them worked. Finally, it worked on my mobile device. As long as you're able to get past that guy that's blocking it, most people, you're able to get past it and move on. So now I have to edit the video, which you guys will never really see unless you tuned in to stream, and then I have to go and upload it. So this will be an additional fucking hour. So I'm really happy with Pixelberry, and by happy I mean not really. This should have been tested and approved before they even released it. By the way, I believe Chapter 2 is supposed to come out this Friday, so stay tuned for that. And then also stay tuned for Big Country Sky, because we all love that crap, don't we? And then I believe Senior. Aside from that, without further ado, thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you like to support me and my content, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.